Hello everyone, I'm Whitney Bandel, and this is the first video for my Web 243 course Search Engine Optimization. In this video, we're going to look at the course overall and how to get started. So if you log into the JCCC website and go to Canvas, you should be able to see the course shell online. And I'm still going and modifying the content in here, so it's not going to look exactly the same as what you should see, but the organization will be pretty similar. Now, before you begin actually going through all of the different modules, I want you to read through the course syllabus and materials within the introduction module. So we'll just start by taking a look at the syllabus. You'll find it in the left navigation. Here you will find information like how to contact me. I have my office phone number here with my phone extension, my office location, my office hours, Monday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesdays 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Thursdays 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then I have that we're going to use Canvas for the whole course. So if you would like to meet with me, you can email me or we can just meet in person during those times. This course is going to run from April 9th to May 7th, and it's going to be an online class, 1 credit hour. And you will need a textbook for the course, Search Engine Optimization, Your Visual Blueprint for Effective Internet Marketing, 3rd edition. From here, I'm going to just let you go ahead and read this on your own. I have the course description, course objectives, Canvas information, computer literacy expectations. Quizzes are going to be 40% of your grade. Projects and assignments are going to be 60%. I have assessment, participation, faculty initiated withdrawal, netiquette, grading, exhibition. I customarily document student assignments, which I may want to reproduce with credit in my scholarly work. What this usually means is I like to collect examples of student work so that way when future students are completing an assignment, if they want to see what other students have done before, I have examples for them to look at. Plagiarism policy, student code of conduct, ADA compliance. This one is really important. If you are in need of some sort of accommodation for this course, you want to make sure that you contact Access Services and get that set up. Counseling resources, campus safety information, syllabus change policy. Now, in the past, if I've ever had to change the syllabus and the timeline for any reason, it's really in case of students needing more time to work on projects, or maybe if there is inclement weather or something where class has to be canceled. Since this is an online class, there really shouldn't be any issues. But if I ever do change anything, it's extending deadlines or perhaps merging projects together just because we're running out of time to complete them. But I'm never going to add assignments or move the deadlines sooner. Drop deadline information, and then here I have an overview of the class schedule. Since this class is online, what I'm really looking for is for you to complete the work kind of by the end of each week. So I have from April 9th to April 15th is week 1. It's a little weird in that it starts in the middle of the week and it ends in the middle of the week. So you want to keep track of those deadlines. A lot of the work that you're going to submit is actually going to be submitted to a class discussion. So that way people can comment on each other's work and give feedback. And so I would highly encourage for you to actually be prepared to turn in your projects a few days ahead of time. So that way you can actually critique each other's work and give feedback before that due time. So here you should be able to see this overview of what we're going to have. I separate information by different lecture topics. So the first week, it's going to be looking at the syllabus, Introduction to Search Engine Optimization. You're going to be assigned Project 1, the first quiz, and the week 1 discussion. When you complete your project, you are going to put your project in the discussion to actually submit it for the grade, and you're going to comment on other people's work. That's going to serve as our critique. And then for the quizzes are all going to be online. You are going to have from when it is assigned until when it is due to complete those quizzes. So let's actually go ahead and take a look at one of these quizzes. So here I have the 4 different quizzes. I also have the student information sheet. This isn't going to be graded, but it's going to serve as a way for you to basically say that you've looked at the syllabus, you understand the content in it, and then also give you the opportunity to give me information about you so I can get to know you better. You don't have to add anything that you don't want to, but I am giving you the option to be able to give me that information if you like. For these, you can see each quiz is depending about 5 to 10 questions or so. Some of these are a little bit longer. There were maybe more essay questions, so they're kind of worth more points. So if I look at quiz 1, it says, this quiz is not open book, open note, open internet, or open exterior source. This quiz is meant to measure your understanding and comprehension of the subject matter of this course. No other resources may be used when taking this quiz. By taking this quiz, you are acknowledging that all content matter has been written by yourself, that you have not received any aid in taking this examination. This quiz will be timed, so make sure to give yourself enough time to take the quiz uninterrupted. So I have a time limit on this. It's 30 minutes. You cannot do multiple attempts. You should get a grade immediately. Now for an essay question, you will have some questions that will be answered right away, like if it's multiple choice or true and false. If it is an essay question, I have to grade that manually. Often I will go and regrade because there could be a question that say like fill in the blank where a student has written it in a way that is correct, but I did not anticipate the wording that they would use. And so I would encourage you to be patient and wait until the quiz is actually due before you worry too much about your grade, because chances are it's going to be regraded and you'll probably see a change in that grade. If you have questions at that point, you can definitely contact me. If you feel like a question was maybe graded in a way that didn't, at that point, if you would like to talk to me about your grade on the quiz, if there's a question that you had or anything, you can definitely bring that up to me. Something else I'd like to caution you with these quizzes is the way that Canvas works is you cannot save your progress. You want to make sure you don't have any distractions around you, so that way you don't accidentally close out of your window and are unable to sign back into the quiz. If you do have some sort of technical difficulty, you can contact me and we can try to figure out another way for you to take the quiz so that way you don't lose out on those points. Grades will all be graded on Canvas. You can go to the grade section to take a look at what your grades look like. You can also go to the individual assignments and you should be able to see the feedback for each of these projects. Now, if we go to the module section, this is where you're actually going to see all of the information laid out. And these weeks are going to correlate with the dates that I have listed in the syllabus. The introduction has getting started material, so you can go to this first page and it will give you an overview of all of this information. I would encourage you to go and read this as well. Next, I have the student information sheet. This form allows me to get to know my students a bit better and serves as acknowledgement that you have read and understood the policies listed in the syllabus. You do not have to write down any information that you feel uncomfortable sharing. If you are a student with a disability and are in need of accommodations or services, contact Access Services to make a formal request. So if you want to, we can actually we can preview this. So first question, what is your main area of study? What is your career aspiration? This just gives me an idea of what it is that you are wanting to learn. How are you connecting it to maybe what you've already studied in the past or what you would like to do in the future? When your opinion is your strongest trait as a student, you don't have to answer this if you prefer not to say. I also have what you think your weakest trait is. Is there anything I need to know about you to better understand you and your learning needs, medical conditions, learning disabilities, fears, aspirations? You do not have to answer if you would prefer not to say. If you're a student with a disability and are in need of accommodations or services, contact Access Services to make a formal request. What would you like to gain from this class that would tie into your personal work and or interests? And then I have thoroughly read the syllabus in all appendices and understand class policies as they are described therein. So this is just saying that you've gone through the syllabus, you understand what's in it, and then gives you some opportunities to tell me a little bit more. I'm also going to have you create a reply in a discussion for introductions. We'll take a look at that in a second. So next we have in introduction, we have an actual introductions area. Please post below and introduce yourself to the class. List your name, field of study, career aspiration, and a hobby or two. This will help us all get to know each other better throughout this course. So since all of our communication is going to be done through our discussions, this is a good way beforehand for us to get to know each other. So you'll want to go ahead and create a reply and just kind of write a little blurb about yourself. And then if you're interested, you can always go and you can reply to everyone else's. I would encourage you to kind of check back on this every once in a while and just see if anyone has added any content. And then I have a help section. You can post here anytime throughout this semester with any questions, comments, or concerns. These could be questions about the overall course, or it could be something that we're currently focusing on for that particular week, whether it's week 1, 2, or 3. So I'm going to try to check in on this every once in a while, but sometimes I might not see this as quickly as if you email me directly. The nice thing though is if you ask a question here, maybe someone else has an answer or someone else might have the same problem. So if I were to answer your question in an email, it might actually be better for me to answer it here because it could end up helping 2 people instead of just 1. So you might post your question here and also email me in addition. And then how each of these weeks is going to work is I'm going to have a video lecture that you're going to watch first. And then I have some supplemental materials that you can take a look at. There's going to be a project description. There's going to be a discussion where you're going to post your project, and then there's going to be a quiz. So for example, this is week 1, supplemental materials. There's some different articles you can look at. There's some different videos that I want you to watch. So you'll watch the video and then you'll go through these, check all of these out. The quizzes are going to be over a lot of the supplemental materials in addition to the videos. So you would do that material first. And then next you'll go through the project where you'll be able to see the objective, the overview, the procedure, and then I have the rubric here. You'll go to the discussion, you'll hit reply, you'll post your actual homework, and then you are going to need to actually reply on 2 other classmates' posts. You can post more than that, but each one you need to post at least to 2 other classmates and give them actual feedback so that way they can improve on their projects. It's really helpful to kind of give different perspectives. There might be something that you've done in your project that they didn't, or maybe they didn't consider that perspective. So this is really an opportunity for us to help. So don't just give empty feedback like, oh, I really like what you did there. And then you'll have your quizzes. All right, so this covers everything for getting started. Again, it might look a little bit different than what it looks like once yours is set up, because then I'll have the actual videos linked in here as well for you to be able to see as in addition. But this should give you a good idea of what to expect throughout this course.